Did Meyer Shank Racing do a good job with the driver lineup for 2025?
Yes, they did. And I want to start off by saying it's so good to see Meyer Shank Racing coming back to IMSA next year. The paddock just doesn't seem the same without them. And like you're saying, I'm sure Acura has definitely forgiven them by now for that. And also that championship they got away, I think they can definitely go out and get it next year because they're ready to go and they show how serious they are about, just getting the band back together because that's a cool group of characters that you can see in this photo right here. Colin Brown, Tom Blomqvist, they were very, very strong together in that 2023 season. And to bring back that driver pair, and I think that's a very smart move by them. I think they can go out there and be one of the main championship contenders next year, despite spending a year away from this. This team has a lot of professionals that have been there, done that, just 1 year away, but they're ready to go out there and grab the GTP title and compete for wins and championships all throughout the year. I think it's going to be like they never left. And also good to see the team continue to stick by Tom Blomqvist after, his short stint in IndyCar didn't go really that well. We saw Blomqvist this year as the endurance driver at Action Express Race alongside Pippo Durrani and Jack Aiken, just to keep himself fresh throughout the year, in those enduros. And now Blomqvist back full time in IMSA with a team that's continued to stick by him. I know IndyCar didn't really go well for Tom, but Michael Shank said that he wanted to hold on to Tom, and we figured, at some point they would be returning to IMSA, and I see why he wanted to hold on to Tom. Tom may not, be a successful IndyCar driver, but we know he knows how to get it done in a prototype, and he's definitely one of the best out there when it comes to top level prototype and sports car racing. So I think getting Braun and Blomqvist back is a really big deal. And looking at the other lineup in the 93, Ringer Van der Zande, Nick Yellerly, Van der Zande, won Petit Le Mans in the dramatic fashion with the headlights going out and him trying to get it turned back on. And we know Van der Zande, he was going to be a free agent with Chip Ganassi raised and leaving IMSA at the end of the 2024 season. So Van der Zande looking for a home. It seems like he's found one here at Meyer Shank Racing, and we'll see how it goes. I think he'll definitely be a good fit with this organization. And Nick Yellerly, have a little bit more about him leaving BMW a little bit later in the program, but at some point, you just need a change of scenery. I know he was able to, get a win there for BMW in the GTP class, but sometimes you just want to see what's out there and try to do a change of scenery, and we'll see how this change goes for him. But all in all, I think Meyer Shank Racing knocked it right out of the ballpark with a very strong GTP driver lineup. I know we're going to see a lot of, as I said on the wrap-up show, we're going to see a lot of changes next year in GTP with drivers moving around all over the place, and we'll see if their rivals are going to counter with other strong driver lineups, and I'm sure they will.
It's funny how that happens in sports cars, isn't it? We have driver pairings that stick together for a while, and then when one changes, all of the dominoes fall over, it seems like, and we have multiple changes going on everywhere. Really, really strong lineup. But you mentioned Kobe and Joe. Tom and Colin were sensational during 2023, coming up short on the championship after that point penalty at Daytona, even though they won the race. Even the year before, they were winning races in that team in 22. So that's really good. And of course, Colin's season throughout this year has kind of been cut short with the CrowdStrike issues. So he's been on the sideline for a little while, but getting the band back together is going to be really good. That's going to be one of the title contenders for sure. But then you look across to the 93 and the other side of the garage with, paddock stalwart Renger Van der Zande, who's been in the American sports car scene all the way back to the American Le Mans Series days when he was running in the Prototype Challenge class. So he's been around a very, very long time. And Nick Yellerly, who's been come through the feeder series categories in Europe all the way up to Formula 3, was a race winner in GP3 as well before it changed. Had a long career with BMW, as you're going to get to, Kobe, in a minute, and was part of their first win in the IMSA paddock with the new car. So he's a really, really fast driver. So they've got sort of an A and an A1 car there at MSR for IMSA next year. And as you say, Joe, it's only just finished, but we're already, the mouth is watering and ready for Daytona in January, because it always kicks off with a bang. And we're going to have plenty of new driver combinations and cars to talk about when we get to the Rolex at the end of January. Can't wait for it.